They call us pretendians. They call us wobos. But what do they have to say about this? We're going to go ahead and take a look at some images that were painted on the roof of German churches in the 1700s. These depict the 4 continents. The first image is described: America holds a bow with arrows in a quiver over her shoulder. Again, America holding a bow and quiver over her shoulder. Damn, if we're pretendians, why do the Germans depict in their churches the American Indians being black? Exhibit B. In the foreground, we see Europe dressed in a long gown and a red cloak. She wears a crown. Directly behind her stands the black personification of America, wearing a blue and white feathered skirt and a crown. Wow, you don't say. Behind Europe, we've got America wearing a blue and white feathered skirt and a crown. Why do the Germans in all of their churches going back to the 1700s have black depictions of the American Indians if we're just pretendians? And make sure to go to nativebblackancestry.com to access more receipts. I've got a digital archive I've personally curated with over 600 documents, all pointing towards our indigeneity.
This that had me convinced y'all done lost y'all African mind. Y'all done lost y'all damn African mind. You mean to tell me we're not African, we are native black Americans, like we organically sprung up in North America, and we don't have any connection with Africa? You done lost your damn African mind, believe in that. Now, I made several posts about this, but I'm gonna say it again. African Americans living in America possess at least 73% of Niger Codophonia DNA, meaning that we come from the continent of Africa, not no damn North America. But I know majority of you guys don't like taking DNA tests because y'all think it's the white man's science, y'all don't believe in it or something like that. But let one of your cousins get locked up, and the only thing that can get his ass out is a DNA test, y'all believe in it then. Let one of your cousins get a call from a girl and say, yo, it's your baby. I bet y'all be taking a DNA test then to determine that he's not the father. It works when it works for you, right? But y'all don't believe in science. Y'all rather go around on TikTok and listen to these fake ass screenshot, copy and paste historians who don't give you guys enough information on the subject matter. And y'all are eating it up like sheep. It is clearly dangerous for the community because y'all done lost your African minds and you're quickly losing your African integrity. Another thing, if y'all hate people lying all in the videos talking about you ain't Africa, come to death row. If y'all tired of people screenshotting, copy and pasting history and not giving y'all no book reference, come to death row. Because it's Team Africa all day, every day. Shout out to the Zulus, shout out to the Igbos, shout out to the Hausa tribe, shout out to the Fulanis. Never family turn your back on your ancestral homeland.
Native Americans, you asked for proof, here's your proof.
Americans are the true American Indians. It's amazing how people believe the fabricated stories. Look at the murals in Mexico or the historical accounts of the Virginia Indians. All of the state encyclopedias describe who they were. It's obvious. I'll leave you with this name, Walter Plecker. Walter Ashby Plecker was an extremely racist American physician and public health advocate who was the first registrar of Virginia's Bureau of Vital Statistics, serving from 1912 to 1946. Plecker is responsible for the reclassification of millions of American Indians into what are referred to as black people today. The Indians were once named after their nation, tribe, or empire before terms like American Indian were even made. For instance, the Powhatan Indians were an empire, nation, confederacy, and tribe, being of mixed Iroquois and Algonquin descent. The original people of North America were a powerful and influential people.
Now comment below, bitches.
So guys, there are strong arguments going on the social media space about the truths that we have been taught in our various tertiary and schools of education about the origins of Native Americans. Some are saying the Aboriginal Americans, the blacks are the Aborigines who are found across Australia and other coasts, all spread out in Africa. or rather Australia and Mexico and the like, while others are saying that they came from, the transatlantic slaves. So we have two school of thoughts that are going back and forth over these claims of originality of the Americans. So we're looking at that and we are contemplating who is actually telling the truth. And from whose lenses are we viewing history? Are we viewing history from the stories of the colonizers? Or are we viewing history from our own very lenses? And that is what this video seeks to explain. So let's look more at some of this video, and at the end of the day, we'll come to analyze what we are discussing, give our final conclusion to it. So let's dive right in.
Heard of Columbus, but have you heard of the African king who may have reached the Americas over 180 years earlier? Let me take you back to the 1300s. Mansa Musa, yes, the richest man to ever live, was emperor of the Mali Empire, a powerful West African civilization built on gold, education, and trade. He ruled over a kingdom so wealthy and organized that when he traveled to Mecca, he disrupted entire economies just by spending. Here's what most people don't realize. Mansa Musa only became emperor because the ruler before him, Mansa Abu Bakr II, stepped down to chase a dream. He believed there was land across the Atlantic Ocean. So he handed over the crown, gathered a fleet of, some say 200 ships, others say 2,000, and set sail west from the coast of West Africa. Only one ship ever returned, the rest vanished. Now, history tells us that they were lost at sea. But what if they weren't? When Columbus arrived in the Caribbean nearly 2 centuries later, he recorded something odd. The locals spoke of black-skinned sailors who had come from the southeast, bringing spears made of golden alloy called guanin, which is a mix of gold, silver, and copper, also used in West Africa. And in Mexico, the Olmec civilization left behind massive stone heads with facial features that have sparked years of debate. Are they just native variations or something more? Now, let's be honest. There's no concrete proof. No African artifacts have ever been found in pre-Columbian sites. No ancient DNA has shown African lineage. But the Atlantic currents flow from West Africa straight to Brazil and the Caribbean. Mali Empire had the resources, the skill, and the ambition. The oral tradition tells us they tried. So maybe we've been asking the wrong questions. What if Africans reached the Americas first? Not to conquer, but to trade? What do you think? Could history have been written without them? Let me know in the comments. This is the Africa You're Not Shown, but I'm here to show.
This conversation is for Black Americans. Why do you claim to be an Aboriginal American Indian indigenous to America when in fact we are descendants of West Africans? To ignore the fact that the natives of this land exist and they're here and you're ignoring them, you're no better than a colonizer. I came across 3 videos just now which really threw me for a fucking loop.
We not from Africa, we are natives. It's our land, we all know about the slave ships. We're not from Africa, we indigenous. I need you to listen, I need you to be getting this. We not black, that's the curse.
So this is how you know slavery ain't really happened. Tell me why modern day 2025, we don't have any boats coming directly from Africa to America. There's no way to get to Africa on a boat. Anybody came over here on boats, we know it was the West Indians, the Caribbeans, the South Americans, somebody close. Nobody came from Africa on no boat.
American Indian here, African where? I said American Indian here, African.
Ichato, Idija, Movi, Katiwi.
What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy! Since you guys claim that we are originally from here, we're aboriginal to America, I want someone in the comments to name me 3 aspects of this original culture and group of people that exist within Black culture today that don't include Native American indigenous, West African, and European elements. You can't. because it's most certainly not the food, because the food is definitely European, West African, and Native American. Most certainly isn't the religion, because hoodoo and other spiritual religions that we practice as Black people all come from West Africa. And it most certainly can't be the language. All that came online, it was faking like she spoke a native language, in which many Native Americans don't even speak their language because they are also colonized, right? And so the Europeans added to their rage. Imagine a people that are alive and well. When you look at Mexicans and you see the Mexican phenotype, they're native. You look at Ecuadorians, they're native. You look at Peruvians, those are native people. They're not phenotypically African. I can take someone's uncle I can take a little man, big fella, whatever you call him in the South, from Mississippi or Alabama, and go to Nigeria, and that'll be Wale or Chinedu in Nigeria. And I've seen that with my own eyes. Going to see how phenotypically we look exactly the same in both places, that should be evidence enough, but it's not for you guys. But to ignore the fact that the natives of this land exist and they're here, and you're ignoring them, you're no better than a colonizer.
So welcome back, guys. You've seen the videos and their views and the analysis that are given by the various school of thoughts, and I'm just really contemplating, because we need to understand the technicality behind all of these arguments. It's about race, it's about identity, it's about culture, it's about the people's way of life. And when you cannot trace the identity of a people or their way of life or their culture, then it means they are nobody, and anyone and anything can define who they are. And we've had a history of history not being told the way it is. What we've been taught is not what it is. And I believe to a great extent, most African history has not been told. Even when issues of videos are about to be enacted in Hollywood, like Cleopatra's movie, she's depicted as a white lady instead of a Black Indigenous African history. So there are a lot of alterations, and these alterations over a period of time, people come to believe them as their truth. And so the debate continues about the originality of who owns the Americans. Were they actually indigenous Blacks, or were they indigenous Indians present in the Americans before, or were the white Europeans the first to conquer the Americans? So I want to know what your thoughts, your views are in the comment section. If you've not hit the subscription button, hit the subscription button, hit the notification button, so that when we put up new and exciting content, you'll be first to be notified. We'll continue with this and see you on the next video. Bye.